With Throwback Thursday, based on 9, Youth Current Affairs takes center stage with Expressions. Only on SABC 1, Mzansi for sure.
A warm good evening and welcome to it. I'm Thomas Mlambo, and tonight is Wednesday night, which means it's Sport at 10 night. What a lineup of superstars of South African sport we have in store for you tonight. Now, don't take it from me. Let's get straight onto the bench and see who it is and what it is we will be talking about tonight. Starting on the bench tonight with, well, there she is, Cheryl Roberts, writer, activist and journalist. And the big question with yesterday having been Human Rights Day is there still racism in SA sport? This is a woman who over the last 25 years has been focusing on that exact topic. Then, right next to them, the beef is over. So they say. I want to hear it live for myself. Bricks as well as DJ Cleo, 10 years they haven't worked together. They're sitting together here in studio after insults were thrown and things were said, and we will find out tonight what brings them back together. Bricks, Cleo. Oh, the music the guys used to put together back in the day was it. Can they get that magic back? We'll find out as they take on the quiz tonight. And then we move on to Durban, where Bafana are in action. They'll be taking on Guinea-Bissau on Saturday. And there are the two French-speaking South African players in Kermit Erasmus as well as Keegan Dolly, both based in France. Of course, we'll have the interview in Francais. Now, you guys are okay? Parlez-vous français? You okay? That's you. Hope practice amongst each other. We'll get it done. Keegan Dolly as well as the Kermit Erasmus. They'll be talking to us about so many topics. But now, let's talk to the man who knows what's going on in the world of sport, David Kekana. DK, how are you?
Nice to see KE and KD.
Oh, you're giving them...
It's Kermit Erasmus and Mr. Dolly.
You're happy to see them together?
And yeah.
Okay, we will find out. You know, South Africans now in France doing okay. And also, don't forget, there's that also controversial Nyana story, especially with Kermit, you know, being called, what was he called? Backup player.
Yeah,
he said, that tweet where he said, I'm not a backup player.
He said it's so nice. He says, I'm not a backup player. I'm a professional and I'm a footballer. I come to play. I'm not a backup player. And we'll go to that.
The interesting thing with him, though, is he last played for Bafana in November 2014, Kermit Erasmus. So it's been a long time he's been out of the Bafana setup.
Yeah, but he's going to be back, playing against Guinea-Bissau in Durban on Saturday. And I think that South Africans should be happy that Bafana are back. Two games that our coach is going to be taking care of, Owen Dagama, before a new coach is announced. And great to see that Owen has put together a nice team. They played a friendly yesterday.
They did.
And beat Golden Arrows 1-0. Hlomphokekana scoring a score again.
It's going to be different at the international level, though.
Yeah.
However, do you know who the referee is?
Yeah, I know.
You know that
it is not Mr. Lamte from Ghana. I can tell you that. Joseph Lamte from Ghana has been banned for life. And what FIFA says, it's match manipulation. I mean, remember Lamte is the one that gave us a penalty after penalizing Koulibaly for a handball. That was not. The ball hit Koulibaly's knee, and of course...
so this is the moment. So
that's the moment.
Let's take a look at the moment again, analyze it. Header comes in, onto clear penalty.
No, it hit his knee.
So they banned him for life.
Yes.
Even when I look at it now, penalty, I still see penalty.
2-1, we've got 4. That's the man, Mr. Lamke.
Banned for life.
Banned for life.
No more refereeing.
Yep, he's got the right to appeal. But the issue is that FIFA has released that there's a decision. It's going to be ratified.
There was a
but now he's banned for life.
Spitty Pity at the end of the game.
Ghanaian officials were angry.
Ghanaian, Senegalese officials, some of them have been cleared from this incident by FIFA to say they've done nothing wrong. There was nothing that they did wrong in this moment as well. So there's an investigation going on. Do we, as South Africa, have something to worry about? I don't think we will be found to have done anything to say, hey, referee, envelope, what. I don't see that. I think FIFA would have dealt with us if that was the case.
If that was the case, and we were found with our hands in the cookie jar, and I think that we would have been banned also. But for now, FIFA is aware that this was a mistake by the referee, and they've now felt that they've got to punish the referee for what he did.
And if it wasn't a mistake, then I'm going to point my finger again to those betting syndicates. Africa and African referees seem to be where they target. They seem to focus on those referees, those betting syndicates from all over the world.
Yes.
They come with a big suitcase, say referee, and then they bet big money knowing that which way the result is going to go.
Yeah, and yet again, remember, Senegal had not lost in a long period. Over a year had they not lost.
So there was good money.
So there was good money
in betting on South Africa.
In betting on Senegal, on South
Africa to win.
Yes,
yeah,
to win. So they got their money properly as far as betting is concerned. But when it comes to issues and manipulation, South Africa has not done anything wrong. It is just that Joseph Lamte, there's been so many referees who have made mistakes previously, and FIFA has not taken such decision against them. But this one, they've now decided that they are going to ban him for life.
Now, we had to put this topic in because Cheryl Roberts, who's sitting in the green room, Cheryl, you'll enjoy this, has been a massive advocate as far as women in sport and making sure that women's rights are taken care of, and she really writes about it a lot. And we now have a situation where I didn't know that we still had clubs in the world where women couldn't go in, but it's the case.
Yeah, it's a case. In Tokyo, the club is called Kasumigaseki Country Club.
Golf? This is where they play golf?
Yeah, they play golf.
And this is where the Olympic golf tournament is going to take place?
The official Olympic 2020 golf is going to take place in this country club. Yes, but the rules were that women were not allowed to play golf at certain days as well, and they were not allowed to be club members. So, given the fact that golf is going to be played as an Olympic sport in 2020, they have to ratify their laws to make sure that their laws comply with what the Olympic Committee wants.
And before people at home say, Japanese people are so backwards, it's not just them, because in Scotland, Murfield, only now, this month, the oldest golf club in the world, one of the golf courses that hosts the Open, they recently had a vote where 80% of their members said that they can now have members who are women. But they said very clearly that the women have to go to the back of the queue for the membership because there's like a list that goes until 2037 before you can get in. And it'll be a while probably until the first woman gets to be a member at Murfield.
Yeah, it will be a while. But again, I mean, I like the fact that the professional players have come out in support of women golfers to say this is backwards. I mean, I know that Justin Rose is one of them that have come out, the British golfer, who said that, you know what, things have changed a lot as far as we're concerned around the world. And he does not understand why the Murfield and, of course, even these Japanese country clubs are not accepting women.
You're a golfer. What were the men hiding there in the club that they don't want other women around?
No, it's just a gentleman's club, you know. And they are using the fact that they are men to make sure that their things are secure. I'm of opinion that
David,
I'm of opinion, Thomas, that women should be given equal rights to be members of the club and to participate in golf as they wish and whenever they want to.
Absolutely. But now moving on to rugby in South Africa, and fans of the Lions will be concerned right now. It might be sleepless nights over the next couple of days or weeks. What is going on? What's the big announcement? Why are the Lions now just not sleeping with peace?
Because English Premier League outfit Gloucester has now started negotiations with the Lions coach, Johan Ackerman. He's come out, Johan Ackerman, to say that they have spoken to him with the issue of taking over at the English Premiership outfit. And he's thinking about it. It's a rugby decision that he's taking because, as you understand, his family is here, his kids are in school, and he's got a lot as far invested with the Lions.
But he's done so well with them.
He's been with the Lions since 2013, Thomas. It's a long time that he's been at the Lions. And sometimes, you feel like you are not growing because you are in the same place. And he wants to pit himself against other coaches who are doing well worldwide. He enjoys the fact that he's playing in Super Rugby, and the Lions have done well. Remember the Lions last year, they were in the finals. But as well, if you are a coach worth anything in salt, you start to consider things like this and think, why not? Why not go there and see what I can do? Because Gloucester is a big English team, and they're not doing well. So if he goes there now and change things around and make them win, he'll be a hero.
That's not complicated, Anton. It's very simple. The pound, the currency versus the rand. It's simple. The pound. When he just sees his salary and what it will be in rand, magabuya. I can already see Ackerman is probably going to leave. The pound. Okay. 18-1 to the rand.
Are you just putting it on the pound?
No, the pound is so powerful, comrade. It's so powerful. Now, Mama ngati Spani, the pound in the UK. Don't forget that
there's a lot of things to consider. There's Brexit in England. So you've got to consider all those things that
Let's stay with rugby, though. And this horrified me. This next story really did horrify me because Joel Stransky is a name we all know. We remember the dropkick, 1995. He's a hero. What happened here? His face is full of blood.
He was bloodied and he had a punctured lung. On top of that, he had ribs with a broken. He fell terribly during the Cape Epic. He fell with a bicycle. And of course, look at how bloodied he was. And now he's got to go through surgery and do plastic surgery to reconstruct his face because of the nasty fall that he encountered. It was sad, and it's sad to see what happened to this hero, who of course has always been engaged in the Cape Epic.
I saw him tweeting saying he's recovering nicely, he's doing okay, everything should be fine.
Yeah, everything should be fine, but he needs to undergo surgery. He'll do that on Sunday to reconstruct some part of his face which were affected when he fell. It was a nasty fall.
Fell off a bicycle. But is that off-road? Is that off-road? It's not on the road.
You fall off the bicycle and then you experience something of this nature.
Sure.
Sometimes we say that people must be active and go out, but there's always danger to sports, and this is one of them.
Joel, we wish you a speedy recovery. I know a lot of South Africans just happy that you will be okay. And those pictures, often when it just happens, it looks worse than it really is long-term. So I'm sure Joel will be in tip-top condition very soon. But speaking of sports that are a little bit interesting, bicycle riding is one of them. There's another sport now that people don't even have to get off the couch to be world champions at.
Yeah,
what is happening?
It's a competitive gaming, computer gaming event called esports.
Esports is the general term for it, and it's huge now.
Yes.
Esports is massive. There's huge money. Billions of dollars and pounds are being spent on esports, playing a FIFA game there on your PlayStation, on your Xbox, or whatever it is that you're using.
Yes, it sometimes takes place in front of an audience, a huge audience, but mostly it's about you sitting and being a couch potato with your computer gadgets and playing with others around the world.
But one of the things that has just happened now is the biggest team in the world in terms of financial muscle is Paris Saint-Germain, PSG. Yes. They have just bought
a team.
An esports team.
Yes. Manchester City employed a professional, a gamer, but now PSG has taken it to another level by having a team of
guys now that are just paid to play esports on their television sets. And I mean, when we look at the money, prize money won last year.
$493 million dollars. I can tell you that that's a lot of money, which is, of course, 400 million pounds that is spent on this last year only. Now they're projecting that come 2020, it will break the 1 billion mark, esports.
I hope you guys are sitting down and get out your calculators. You'll do the maths yourself, because I'm going to read this to you. The prize money won last year from these guys, Alliance I saw, that they won from winning tournaments, was $93.3 million.
Yes.
And at the biggest event, they share a pot of $1 million.
Yes.
Dollars. 13 million rand. That's what they're competing for. Is now that's more than, just let me just put that into perspective. That's more than the winning team in the PSL will get. for this guy, Ola.
Yeah, I know. And Thomas,
I know.
The biggest thing about that and the money that you've been speaking about is the fact that now it is breaking into the 5 top sports in the world.
Esports.
Now, it is now going to be in the 5 top sports. Like, if you look in terms of sports, you're looking in terms of rugby, soccer. Esports is breaking into that league of golf and soccer and rugby.
I just had a genius moment as well, because all the other sports, generally speaking, I'm too old to now go and become a professional. Esports. I know esports.
You want the cut. You want the cut of the 400 million pounds.
PSG.
You have 400 million pounds.
I want to be part. I want to say Real Madrid now go esports. It's a great way to make a huge living. However, that's it as far as the news stories are concerned. And now, let's bring him out for you. South Africa's one and only sports comedian. He is undefeated in 4 years of sports comedy. And every single week, he gives you the 1-2 uppercut knockout. He is the Shampunizer.
Hey, Thomas.
I'm practicing.
What practice?
Yeah,
no, Thomas,
esports.
let's do that. Now I want to be a coach. No, mpatela, fellow. Right. You know, Thomas, I guess why they don't allow women to play golf in China and Japan. Why, like magats? It's because of this, Thomas. This. Are we let's golf or motoredu tweka or weta I'm just saying, I'm just putting it out there. No, I'm just putting it out there. Other source. Bafana, they practice today, but I'm very concerned. What about practice? Golden arrows.
What's wrong with golden arrows?
Golden arrows come. You know, it's the same as me trying to figure out how tall I am using you, Thomas. Thomas, no, they can't just. Now they have pass it out. I'm proud of you and Bafana. That's 100% perfectionist. Pass it down. Okora beautiful goals. Hamesa, Ogardi Paladia Pale. Hatla goes on Ogardia Motema, expropriation of land without compensation. Kerahela side thing. No. All these teams that are coming from Bo, Mutsepe League, and what this will go have bank. All of them, but what fella bear.
Acorn pushy thing.
Yeah, another one. 2 out of how many? How wise is the waste of time? It's like taking a girl child to work. Because but I go PSL like I. Out. What the team is no. Now I have a problem. I have a big beef. I have beef with Il Professori. Let that coach. Someone was given a red card for walking slow in the pitch. Now suddenly PSL now speed limit.
60 k's an hour. You under 60.
No, it's impossible. Il Professor is there saying, no. Il Professor is the last person to say anything because he speaks very slow, that guy. Il Professor, how Pella national anthem. He explains at the same time, like Nkosi Sigelela. Nkosi being that guy that you don't see, but because of Rule 23.7 of the clause of Jesus, that's Nkosi. No, Thomas. We can't be dealing with such accent, not in this life. Lena Kaizer Chiefs, Amakosi Amat, Letroel Baroka.
As a team.
Baroka. You know Baroka don't go to practice, but practice are from home. Kuluko wafuna. Go on and dear push-ups at 10 and Utobetas, Ujamro, yeah. 2-2 with Baroka. You are Kaizer Chiefs. You can't do that. Mana Baroka. Baroka, Basira. You know, it's the only team. Every level of Barry Forces, they even have like Bale confused like a main. Bruh, you know a team is weird when it has 2 Phineases. Phineas, Thomas. No, Magagi Phineas, when. But Phineas issue, and only with a load. You know how hard it is to pass a Phineas? Phineas, if a Phineas move. Baroka, you know when Kune, Ashaba Bologa style is like Rahabian. You know what they call it? Bolo. Kune Ashaba, so about service. Yeah. Polimpopo. Oscarin, but when I know it's we ride like Fau. We better like Fau. Bolo, football will humble you. Football, it's our humble.
As a service,
yeah, no, kill Fau. Better Fau, Mudimuta Bonam fan, Mudimuta Bona Betchela. No, not again. But you know what? Let's talk about how football will humble you. Football can take you from wherever you are. Yeah, we are a Catholic. wa magala o le mokreste o le motho wa moroma o le Catholic member, and you find yourself in confession. I like to thank my wife and my girlfriend. If they didn't stop him, I was going to say, and my assistant girlfriend and my boyfriend. I'd like to thank everyone in this world. You know what? Let's not waste time and everything. Vets, you couldn't go through to KEF. One day you'll be Sundowns.
Just I need to correct. Ne? They're out of the Champions League, but they are in the Confederations Cup now. Hi, Champunizer. Hi. Anyway, let's move on. And I love him to bits, the Champunino. Should Bafana Bafana's selection be the one to take us to the 2018 World Cup in Russia? Tell us why. We have a couple of those men who are in the Bafana Bafana selection for these friendlies. And you can tell us on Twitter, Facebook, as well as on our YouTube channels. You can catch us there. Just tell us what you think. This selection, is it the one to take us all the way to Russia 2018? And it's time for a break. After the break, we'll talk to those two gentlemen. They are standing by already in our Durban studio, Keegan Dolly, as well as Kermit Erasmus. They are there and they will be giving their perspectives on Bafana Bafana and the games coming up this weekend.
This distinguished CEO would say the best way to enjoy a brandy is whilst wearing diamond.
Night and day, oh, I've been thinking about you. Night and day, oh, I've been thinking about you. Night and day, oh,
I'm loving it.
Welcome back to Sport at 10. Here is an opportunity for you. It doesn't happen every day. Players leave South Africa, they go over to Europe, and then we don't really get a chance to engage with them. Well, we've gone out of our way to get them out of camp and into our Durban studio, and they are two of the freshest faces in French football. They are none other than Keegan Dolly as well as Kermit Erasmus. And gentlemen, it's good to see the two of you back in South Africa. Parlez-vous français?
Oui.
That's it. That's all you can say is oui.
Oui, je parle très bien français.
Oh, okay. It's getting there, Kermit. It's getting there. It's getting there. You've had a year already over in France. What's it been like?
Yeah. I'm a bit advanced.
I can see the one next to
Yeah,
you
it's
there.
been good, you know. It's been good. It's just the French was difficult, you know. But other than that, you know, adapting wasn't that difficult, you know. It's something that I've always wanted to be in Europe, and I'm just happy to be back, you know. And with the France, it's just getting to learn, getting to understand more than to speak, you know. And that's what I focus on more. And now that I can understand, I'm learning to speak a little bit more.
It's been interesting though for you, Kermit, because you went there, and going there, you went to join Rennes. You're still a Rennes player, but currently you're not playing for Rennes. Give us a little bit of the background.
Yes. Yeah, basically, in the beginning of the season, I was coming on as a substitute most of the time, and towards the end of the break in December, I wasn't playing that regularly. So I actually asked the coach if it was possible for me to go on loan, and he felt it was the right move for me to do that. So I spoke to my manager and to see the options we had, and I had a couple of options in Belgium, in Germany, and obviously Lens in the League 2. And for me, that's where I wanted to go, because a couple of my teammates come from Lens, RC Lens in Rennes. So they gave me very good information about the club, and they told me how huge of a club it is and the ambition they have to go back to League 1 and the atmosphere of the supporters. And for me, that's why I told my manager I wanted to go, and you know, he made it happen. The coach called me just before I arrived and told me he's interested in me because he also inquired about me by players he coached, who's also playing at Rennes. So when he heard positive things about me and my attitude as a player, especially even though I wasn't playing and training in Rennes, so that impressed him a lot. And he called me and he told me he's interested in me and what he wanted from me. And that excited me to want to go, and it happened.
Kermit, the one thing, what do you say to people who say, you've gone down a division, you've gone down a league, you were in the top division. It's a backward move for you.
Well, I think the League 2 is a bit more difficult than League 1 because it's very high intense and it's very physical. And we average 25,000 fans a game, average. So if people say go down a league, go backwards, I don't understand what they mean, because if you look on my Twitter, one tweet I put out there, I was leading the clapping after one victory we had in front of 25,000 people. And every time I play in front of our home fans, I get goosebumps because I'm not used to that, you know. So for me, it's always great playing in front of so many fans who are passionate about the club and who always support the club, whether we're winning or we're losing.
And also interesting is that the club that you've gone to are top of League 2 and potentially on their way to making it to League 1. So maybe Kermit Erasmus will be that guy that will lead Lance up to the top division. However, let's talk to Keegan right next to him. Keegan, how are you?
I'm good, and yourself?
I'm very good, Keegan. However, I'm still struggling to understand, my man. It was summer. You left here in January, summer. We're on the beach, we're wearing Speedos to go to winter in Europe where it's snowing. And what? Who does that?
I think it was a decision that I had to make at that time, and I just felt that it was my time to leave, and I couldn't be happier with the decision I made.
How is Montpellier? It's a little club with a great history. I mean, we'll remember in 2012 they did so well and they won the league and they beat PSG and no one could believe it. It was almost the original Leicester City. What's it like there for you?
You know, it's been a slow start for me, you know. It's quite difficult if you don't understand the language, you know, because there's hardly people speaking English there. But, you know, after a few weeks and after a few games, you start getting used to the surroundings and you start getting used to, you know, the culture and how they do things in Montpellier and in France. And I think I've settled in quite well. Things are going good. We're not doing too well as a team, you know, but we're still working hard. We're taking each game as it comes. And, yeah, we're just focusing on staying in the League 1.
Just to clarify, because, you know, footballers, we're not doing too well. I'm here to give the exact statistics. 15th on the log table out of 20 teams. That's where Keegan Dolly is right now in League 1. And the pressure is coming from behind, Keegan. Not just, there's pressure from behind. Will you be able to make sure that that team stays up? That's why they brought you there.
Look, there's a reason why they signed me, you know, and I think they believed in my talent and what I have to offer to the team, you know, and I'm doing my best, as much as it's not easy. But, yeah, we're trying as a team. We're doing our best, and hopefully things go our way and we stay in the league. Now,
the reason both of you playing in France are in Durban right now, it's all about Bafana Bafana. It's all about the national team. And as much as you are favorites of South Africa and you've done so many things, you've played in Champions League finals together, you don't have too many caps between the two of you. You guys are still newbies. 11 caps ngapa, 5 caps ngale. Guys.
Yeah, that's true. You know, hopefully we can add on to that and increase the caps as time goes on. You know, so we see what happens.
Well, I'm glad you're the one who answered, because that brings me very nicely to the issue of the caps. And yeah, you could laugh, but it brings me very nicely to the issue of the caps, because we haven't seen you in a Bafana jersey since 2014. There was that famous tweet, "I'm not a backup player," when you were called up to replace Tokelo Rantier. Famous altercation with Shakes Mashaba. Now you're back.
Yes, I'm back, and I'm happy to be back.
And that's where you're going to leave it?
Yeah, there was no question asked, so.
Okay, I'm going to ask Keegan right next to you. Keegan, how happy is he to be back?
Yeah, look, I'm sure he's very happy, you know. I think everyone is happy to represent their country, and what happened in the past must stay in the past.
Of course, 100%. Look, you know, I'm happy to be back, Thomas. You know, it's been a long time. I'm happy, man. I'm really happy. You know, and a lot of people have showed their happiness for me being back, not only on Twitter, but also when they see me in person, you know, being back in South Africa. It's been great, you know, it's been great so far. I'm happy to see my ex-teammates, people I played with under 20, people I played against in South Africa when I was playing at Pirates, you know. And I'm happy to have that flavor, you know, that Kasi flavor again, you know. So I'm just here to enjoy myself.
As we say here in South Africa, le Kasi flavor. We put a bit of French in there just for you. We're going to a quick break. We'll be back with a little bit more with you guys. I've got your questions, and I did put it out on Twitter earlier on today that I wanted to ask the viewers questions to you. So we're going to do a rapid fire round with viewer questions to the two gentlemen as we build up to the game this weekend. And it is Guinea-Bissau here in South Africa against Bafana Bafana. Make sure you are in the stadium. Get your tickets. Look who's come back for the game. We'll be back after this.